Your outie is going to be...
Hey everyone, it's in another episode of Severance Predictions. I am absolutely buzzing for what's coming next, and I'm sure you are too. After episode 5, we all got a much needed breather, and I think it was the perfect time for the creators to let the audience catch its breath before diving back into the deep, mysterious chaos that is Severance. But let's not sugarcoat it. Episode 5 was not without its twists, and I think the show's intensity is only about to ramp up again. Welcome back to your nerdy show. I'm your host, Spoiler Master. So, what exactly is going to happen in episode 6? Well, let's dive right into some predictions and theories that could give us an idea of what to expect.
Might be nice if you come over. We could sit down, talk through
Irving's secret plan unfolding. Speaking of Irving, this guy has been up to something for a while. Now that he's back in the game, episode 6 is going to shed some light on his deeper motivations. We know Irving's been desperate to break out of the control of Lumon and uncover the truth. So what's his next move? I'm expecting a lot of tension to come from Irving's upcoming dinner with Burt and Burt's husband. Why attend this dinner? It's not just about getting a nice meal, that's for sure. Irving is looking for information, but what kind of information? Is he trying to dig into his past with Burt? Or maybe he's trying to get inside info on Lumon. I wouldn't be surprised if this dinner takes a turn for the worse. Irving is clearly operating with an agenda, and I feel like he's on the verge of discovering something bigger. He's been trying to get his Innie more information, so maybe this dinner is part of his plan to break down the walls that separate his Innie from his outie's knowledge.
Liz.
Hey, I repeat myself. Where is Irving?
Yeah, where is he?
Dylan's role in the bigger picture. Now, let's talk about Dylan. Episode 6 is going to see him pick up where Irving left off. Despite Milchick trying to control him, I think Dylan is going to start following the cryptic notes Irving left behind. The notes, after all, are key to understanding what's going on at Lumon. We can't ignore the elevator we saw at the start of episode 5. That elevator isn't just a cool visual. It's the heart of the mystery right now, and I'm predicting it's going to play a central role later in the season. The guy who took the dental instruments from O and D had a black card on him. And that black card is going to be significant. I've got this gut feeling that someone's going to go after this guy. Is someone going to be taken out? And what's with that mysterious black card? We can speculate all day, but let's just say this. It's going to lead to a confrontation that will raise the stakes, but back to Dylan. His role at Lumon is tied to Mark, and we've seen how his decisions have had repercussions on the whole team. Dylan's inner conflict is so real. He feels guilty for not trusting Irving, and honestly, I love how the show's making us feel that tension. He's struggling with grief, but instead of being open about it, he's channeling it through weird, almost bizarre behavior, like with that fruit carving scene. I mean, who carves a watermelon that perfectly? But here's the deal. Dylan is not the type to sit idly by while something's going down. He's going to take those notes from Irving seriously, and we'll likely see him start to uncover the darker truth behind Lumon. His journey will tie in with Mark and Helly's mission, and I think this trio will become the key to breaking open the mystery in the episodes ahead. Mark's reintegration and the Gemma mystery. The key to season 2 is really the search for Gemma, and I'm expecting episode 6 to really kick off this arc. Episode 5 gave us some solid clues, especially with that vision of Miss Casey in the Lumon building. It was like Mark opened a door into his past when he stepped into that white hallway. That moment wasn't just visually stunning. It was a direct call out to the reintegration process taking hold of Mark's mind. Mark is clearly struggling. We saw him push back on the idea of Helly's second onboarding, and let's face it, if you were in his shoes, you'd be suspicious too. Imagine thinking you were in love with someone, only to discover she was an imposter in your own body. You'd have some trust issues, right? But here's the thing. This isn't just about Mark and Helly's tangled relationship. This is about Gemma and the mystery surrounding her disappearance. I believe the next episode will dive deeper into Gemma's fate, and Mark's Innie will be the one to push the search forward. And I'm predicting that Helly, the real Helly from episode 5, will be instrumental in helping Mark track down his outie's wife. She's shown her sincerity, calling Mark out and even dropping an A word to his face, which I think says a lot about where she stands. She's not just some imposter, she's the real deal. She'll support Mark in his quest, even though their trust might be shaky. But trust me, with the intensity building, this search for Gemma is going to be at the heart of episode 6 and beyond. The Miss Huang and Milchick showdown. And then there's Miss Huang. Let's talk about this character for a second. She's been hanging out on the severed floor, but she's not exactly playing by the rules. We saw her drop a huge bombshell in episode 5 when she ratted out Milchick for using big words. She's got that cure-revering, no-nonsense attitude, and it's clear she's not afraid to take on the system. Miss Huang may be small in stature, but she's proving to be a real thorn in Milchick's side. Her actions are going to set up a huge internal battle between her and Milchick, especially since she's already gone to the higher-ups about his behavior. Milchick's position is shaky, and I think Lumon is about to ramp up the pressure on him. Miss Huang is proving to be a wild card, and I suspect she's got more tricks up her sleeve. Is she just a tattletale, or does she have a deeper agenda? Only time will tell, but I'm predicting that this battle for control over the severed floor is about to get nasty.
Your outie once captured a butterfly.
Mark's Innie and outie combination. Mark's Innie is going to get some serious flashes of his outie world. I'm talking about full-blown hallucinations in episode 6. Remember that clip from the season trailer where Mark and Gemma were cupping each other's faces in front of a sunny backdrop? I think we're going to see that moment play out, but with a twist. As Mark's mind flips between his Innie and outie selves, his perception of reality is going to get murky, and he's going to start questioning everything. It's going to be fascinating to see how Mark's Innie reacts when he begins to experience more memories from his outie's life. This is the moment where the severance concept really starts to blur the lines between identity and reality. The boundaries between Mark's two selves are already crumbling, and this will only intensify as he gets closer to the truth.
Not because I was born into it.
Where is Miss Cobel? Finally, I'm predicting a surprising alliance between Mark and Cobel. This one's a bit out there, but hear me out. The connection between Mark and Cobel hasn't been fully explored, but after their past interactions, I'm starting to think there's more to their relationship than just Cold Harbor business. In the trailer, we hear Cobel's voice saying, "There will not be a happy ending for you, Mark." And while it's ominous, I don't think it's coming from a place of malice. What if Cobel secretly helps Mark? Maybe she sees a way out of the madness for both of them. Or maybe she has some insight into Lumon's operations that could be valuable. Either way, I think we'll see Mark and Cobel team up in a very unexpected way.
I'm Miss Huang.
Our nerdy thoughts. That's it for today's predictions, guys. The next episode is shaping up to be a major turning point in Severance Season 2. With all the twists, alliances, and mysteries in the air, we're in for an intense ride. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think will happen in episode 6? Do you agree with my predictions? If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more Severance breakdowns and predictions. Can't wait to hear your theories. Cheers, and I'll see you in the next one.
No, what the heck, I'll laugh anyway.